Are you ready to get your channel going? Are you ready to make this so amazing that everybody wants to watch your videos? Well, you have very few seconds to make that first impression. And today I'm going to tell you what not to do when you're building out your channel art. This is the banner, right? This is the part that they're going to see when they first come to your page. So let's talk about what those 5 things are, and then also what you can do instead to make sure that it works for you and for your audience. The first thing that you want to avoid is making sure that your art is not too busy. Okay, so it can be very distracting when you go to a YouTube channel and there's all this stuff going on. You don't know what it means, you don't know how it relates to what you're seeing. So the goal of the channel art is to be very clear and specific for your audience so they know exactly what they are gonna get. So don't go in there and put a bunch of, different geometric shape patterns and all this stuff that's going to confuse them. Just keep it clean and clear, but you also want to make sure that it pops, okay? So you want to pick bright colors, something that really represents your brand. And if your brand is busy, then maybe that's what your customer expects from you. But if that's not the case, don't do that. Do not go busy, go clear, go specific. So that is the first thing that you want to do. You also want to make sure that you are not using any irrelevant photos. If your channel, like my channel, is about helping you market online, right? So I'm not going to put a bunch of fruits and vegetables up there. That's going to completely confuse people. The same thing's going to go for if you are a health channel, right? So why would you put pictures of a cell phone if you're trying to help people lose weight? It all is, you want to make sure that everything that you do, starting with your banner, is relevant to your ideal audience, because that is how they are gonna know what they're coming to see. So first thing you want to avoid, don't make it too cluttered, don't make it too busy. Be very clear and direct in your imaging. Second thing is don't use irrelevant pictures, okay? But when you're not using irrelevant pictures, something I do want you to use is a picture of yourself. And the reason that you want to make sure you have a picture of yourself up there is because that is what people are going to connect with on your channel. If they know who you are, they're going to start to get to know you, like you, trust you. That's when they're going to keep coming back, because it's all about you and your personality. So make sure that you put a picture of you up there that is relevant to the brand that you're wanting to represent, but also that's going to give them a little bit of a clue into what kind of a personality they're going to see when they show up on your site. So that is number 1 and number 2. Number 3, don't forget to tell them what the channel is about. So if you have a really great channel name and you want to put that on there, definitely do that. If you have a tagline, something that is going to tell them what kind of value you provide, that is what I think is so important. This is about the people that are watching the videos. This is not about you, okay? Don't go on there and say, I'm amazing, come listen to everything I have to say. Tell them the outcome that you are gonna provide. That is the goal. And you don't want, again, back to number 1, you don't want it to be too busy. So try and keep the wording down to only a few words that say it as succinctly as possible so that you can help your clients and your customers and your followers as quickly as possible. One of the things that you can do when it comes to talking about, being very clear in what you're doing is use like simple taglines or simple words. So in my case, I have 4 or 5 words on there that tell you the different things that I'll talk about in this training or on my channel. And doing that gives me the opportunity to branch out a little bit and talk about all of those different things, but I'm also not cluttering up that banner with a bunch of words that no one's gonna see or understand. So that is number 3, is don't forget to tell them what the channel is about, okay? Number 4 is don't put text and pictures too far out on the banner art. So the way that the banner art works is there's a smaller section that is what's seen on every single device. And then there's a bigger area that some will see on desktop, some parts are visible on mobile, it depends. So I'm gonna show you here real quick what that looks like so that as you're designing your art, you can understand where you want to focus your most meaty content, the most important parts. And then the rest of it is gravy, right? It's more about just something to fill the screen when they are on that bigger screen. So let's dive into that real quick. So here we are in the back of my YouTube channel, and I want to show you what I mean about making sure that your banner is putting the relevant section in the part that is going to be seen no matter what format you're on. So right here in your banner image, you can see that they say use an image that's at least 2048 by 1152 pixels and is 6 megabytes or less. So you want to keep those measurements in mind while you are building this out. And one of the things you can do real quick is in canva.com, you can go and search for YouTube art, and it will give you a bunch of cool templates that you can use that are going to follow those rules. But you can see here that there is a lot of space that is being covered, but the words are just in the middle here. And that is because that is the area that is going to be seen on all of the different devices. So let me show you what I mean. Here is mine, and it's already set up. So what I need to do is just find the channel cover here. And when you upload a new channel cover, it's going to show you this picture, and it's going to show you this section here is viewable on all devices. Okay, this is really important. This is where you're going to want to put, see, I have all the different things I cover. I have my website. I have what I do for the channel, picture of me. Then beyond that, you have viewable on TV, viewable on desktop. And this way you can see what people are going to see in different formats. But if you start putting words and stuff up here on the viewable on TV, no one's going to see it when they're not on a television, which who sees this on a television? A lot less people than see it on mobile. So you want to make sure that you have viewable on devices at where all of your primary content is, okay? And the last thing that I don't want you to do is I don't want you to discount the value of putting links to your other social media channels on your YouTube banner. So this isn't actually going to go on the banner itself. This is going to be done by adding links into your branding that are then going to show up right to the right of your banner. And as we discussed when picking your space and filling up your space correctly, we discussed that you want to make sure that you're not putting too much on the I guess it would be the right-hand side, so because that's where these links are going to go. That's where things are going to be blocked. So let's just keep that in mind as you're doing your banner. But I'm going to show you now how to add those links so that you're able to make sure that your subscribers and your followers can continue to follow along with you and connect with you when they're not on YouTube. Okay, so we're back at the channel customization section of your YouTube channel. And we for this last tip, I want to go to the basic info. And this is where you're going to be able to add those links that are going to help your followers stay connected to you when they're not on YouTube. And it's simple as this. Here is the section for links. And all you need to do is add a link right here. And when you add a link, you put the URL on the right, and on the left-hand side, that's where your title is. Now, what's important about this is that this first title, this is what they're going to see next to your channel. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This is my freebie. If you want to get 365 social media prompts so you always know what to talk about on social media, then you've definitely got to download this. And this is what I offer on my channel. So you can see right here, I've got my Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, but also 365 free social media prompts. Click on that and boom, it'll take you right to where you can enter your email to download that freebie. So make sure that you are using that to your advantage. That is a really, really key spot and something that I don't want you to forget. That's it, you guys. Those are the 5 things you don't want to do and what you can do instead. So let's recap real quick for you. The first thing, don't make it too busy. Make it very clear, make it pop, make it something that your followers will want to subscribe to. That's number 1. Number 2, don't use irrelevant photos. Make sure that everything, and this goes for everything you do with your brand, you want to make sure that you're on brand with everything that you do. So don't use irrelevant photos, but instead make sure you have a picture of yourself that is welcoming, that shows your personality, that gets them excited about showing up, because that's what is going to draw them to your channel, because this is about you being able to help them, right? So number 3, make sure, don't forget to tell them what the channel is about. And you can do that through the channel name. You can do that through taglines. You can do that through a little quick I help added value statement. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it, but make sure you do it in a way that is clear and succinct and not too busy, as we talked about in number 1. So number 4 is, I'm looking at my list, make sure I don't miss anything. Do not put the text and the pictures too far out on the banner as you're creating the banner, because if you do that, it's going to get cut off, it's going to look unprofessional, and you want to make sure that you're getting your message out every time someone looks at your channel. And finally, don't discount the value of having links on there for your other social media channels. So make sure that those are set up, and you should be ready to go. I'm so excited to see what you create. Have a great one. We'll catch up soon. Bye.